Welcome to Universal Sports. We're live and direct outside Old Trafford. We have a big Newcastle United fan here, all the way from Newcastle. Came to see one of the best stadiums ever. What do you think of Manchester?
It's alright, man. Obviously we went in Manchester. I've got some family here, so I thought, you know what, we'll come see one of the most famous clubs in the world. Went to the Etihad as well. But yeah, it's been alright. There's loads of people here taking pictures and whatnot. So yeah, man.
Let's talk about Newcastle United. What do you think of them this season?
I mean, we're doing class at the minute. We're sitting on third. Obviously it's still early days, but yeah, I think Newcastle at the minute, obviously we're doing really well. Can't complain. We haven't lost any games. We've won 2, drawn 1. You can't really ask for much, you know what I mean?
What do you think of Isak? He's in form now. One of your best players, isn't it?
100%. I mean, Isak, I think he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League, probably just under Haaland. Loads of the big clubs, Arsenal there after him, but I mean, I don't think they'll get him, like, because Isak is comfortable at Newcastle at the minute and he's class.
He was quite popular in Fantasy Premier League for all the managers. He's one of the second picked players, so even I couldn't get him. It was too much for him, but got Haaland instead. But Isak has done quite well this season. Definitely. Let's talk about EDDIE Howe. There's rumours that he was going to go to England jobs, whether he was going to take it, but we don't know what's going to happen now. But what do you think of EDDIE Howe so far? Although he had a mismatched season last season, season before that he did quite well with them. What do you think of EDDIE Howe?
I think EDDIE Howe is probably one of the best managers Newcastle have had in the last 10 years. I mean, obviously we can't really complain. Last season we were doing well. The season before that we're doing really well, qualified for Champions League, and obviously at the minute we're doing class as well. I did hear about the rumours that he wants to go to England and they want him to be the England manager, but I don't think he'll leave, to be honest, because at Newcastle all the fans, we just love him, and I think he's quite comfortable here as well, you know, so I think he's here to stay, definitely. Yeah,
definitely, because EDDIE Howe is more suited to that team. He's done well with Bournemouth, bottom up, and then went to Newcastle. I really like EDDIE Howe. What do you think of the new ownership by the Saudis? Are you happy with that? But you have to be careful the way they spend now. They have to sell now. It looks like Newcastle didn't go all out. They know you have to be in the financial fair play.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, obviously with the financial fair play, you can't really buy until you spend. Obviously what happened to Everton last season, they got deducted a ton of points. So I mean, as a Newcastle fan, we're buzzing that we're owned by the Saudis, because we're the richest club in the world on paper, but like you say, you've got to be careful with the FIFA fair play rules. Obviously the transfer window just recently, we didn't really spend that much. We bought a few goalkeepers, but I feel like we didn't really need that many. But let's see. I mean, obviously in January, hopefully we can sell a couple of players, and then we can buy a couple. You know. Well, after that, Mark Gahey, I mean, I think they put about 3-4 bids in for him. Then in the end, they were asking for like 70 million, something stupid like that. They were a bit desperate, but to be honest, I'm glad we didn't buy him, because there's nowhere near he's worth 70 million. Do you know what I mean? So let's see in January, so we can hopefully spend that money. You know.
You have got some decent players there. You got some young youth talent. You got Anthony Gardon. What do you think of Anthony Gardon?
I think Anthony Gordon's a class player. I mean, when we first bought him, he really didn't have the best of starts, and then he went away for England under 21s, and then he had a little stint over there, and when he came back, I think that really boosted his confidence. And then, I mean, at the minute, I think he's really one of our key players. He plays really well every game, so yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, it's still early days with the season, you know.
Yes, so where do you think will Newcastle finish? What's your hopes?
I mean, as a Newcastle fan, I think anywhere top 6 I'll be buzzing, I'll be really happy. Obviously anywhere in top 4 will be an overachievement, you know, anywhere in Champions League, but top 6 I'll be really happy. Anywhere within European football, because I feel like that's where we belong at the minute.
So what do you think of when you come to Manchester, this stadium? There's discussions now that they're going to demolish it.
Yeah.
First time you've come to see it, and what do you think of it so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's alright. Like I was telling you before, Manchester United, it's probably the famous club in England, you know, so I thought might as well check it out. And yeah, it's alright. There's loads of people here taking pictures and whatnot. Obviously we went to see the Etihad as well. That was a little bit more restricted. You couldn't really.
You don't want to go there. They got cheating charges on them.
Yeah, that was a little bit more restricted, but here it's quite open. There's loads of tourists, and there was a bus full of loads of people there. They just jumped out, took loads of pictures, but it's alright. Yeah, you were saying before that they might demolish it. I would be a bit gutted, to be honest, because it's a landmark of Manchester at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? So hopefully it's here to stay.
Hopefully, yeah, because it's got the history. We won the Champions League, Cups are here, the Premier League.
Yeah.
Fergie's been here, but Ronaldo, Matt Busby, Robson, everyone, all the legends, George Best, Eric Cantona, so it'll be destroying the history. But let's see what happens. But there are talks now, but
So
it's
where
not.
are they going to build the new Manchester Stadium?
So the new one's going to be built behind Stratford Hind, the other side of this. So
Bigger
probably
capacity or?
100,000. So the Wembley of North. But Newcastle Stadium's quite decent. I've not been there. I've been from the outside. I've got friends in Newcastle.
Yeah.
But I really like Newcastle Stadium.
You should check it out, man, definitely. Newcastle, I mean, it's a very welcoming city. Everyone's really nice. You'll have a good time. St James's Park, it's a very famous stadium as well. We've got a decent capacity. I think it's around 60,000 or something like that.
52, I think it is, but they are going to expand to 60.
I've heard that, but I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, like you say, it's all rumours, because where they're planning on expanding, it's all like student flats and things like that, and obviously with the council it might be a bit difficult buying it, but then again, we are owned by the Saudis, so money talks. Do you know what I mean? So
what do you think of, say, Maximan going to Saudi? Was he got it?
yeah, I mean, I was a massive, say, Maxim fan, and he loved Newcastle. He got us out of our dark days when we were like really low, and to be honest, I feel like he obviously left just before the Champions League, before we got to play in the Champions League. I felt like he deserved that, to at least play one game. But what can you say, do you know what I mean? The manager, EDDIE Howe, they were saying that he didn't really fit in with the club. They were starting Harvey Barnes over him, and at the minute Harvey Barnes is a class player, so you can't really complain. But hopefully, I mean, I would like to see him come back.
Well, yeah, if it is the first time you're watching Universal Sports, don't forget to like, subscribe and share Universal Sports. We do have big content coming of the weekend, especially the AJ Deboer fight. Let's talk about AJ Deboer. Who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, I'm a massive boxing fan. I mean, I think AJ will do it. Deboer, he's a good boxer as well. He's young, but I think AJ, he's just got that little bit more experience. With Deboer, obviously in his last fight when he was fighting Hrgovic, he was getting caught. His head movement's a little bit it's non-existent really, and I think with AJ, he can just probably land that one punch. But then again, with heavyweight boxing, you never know. Deboer might catch AJ. Obviously, we've seen AJ down before with the Ruiz and things like that. But with Joshua's new trainer, Ben Davidson, I think he's really improved him a lot. So I would like to see AJ win, just so we can get that Fury fight on the go, you know.
Yeah, everyone wants that AJ Fury fight. The next one is Fury versus Usyk in Riyadh. That could be a big one.
Definitely. I mean, I'm a massive Fury fan as well, to be honest. I would like to see Fury win, but I don't know. I think from watching that last fight, Usyk, he was just picking him apart, to be honest. But obviously, he could have a different game plan this time. We don't know. Like I say, it's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. I would like to see Fury win, and I would like to see Joshua win, and get that fight in Wembley, and that'll be huge for British boxing.
I don't know if it's going to be Wembley or maybe Riyadh. Depends.
Yeah.
His Excellency does it, but
Turkey Al Sheikh,
the man.